Great to have you with us. Please like, subscribe, and share. Meanwhile, Pam Bondi and Kash Patel were outside of the White House, I believe, giving a briefing on what they've been doing in terms of investigations and action on those who engage in child trafficking. So we've got that story, as well as Pam Bondi talking about the Epstein files, which I think she had to do in advance of the fact that O'Keefe will be live tonight. My understanding is at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Tim Pool Show. So let's get into what Pam Bondi said. Before we do that, please like, subscribe, smash that like button for me. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like the comment, please share Chris Highland Show with everybody that you know. All right, let's dive in to Pam Bondi and Kash Patel in their press briefing, which they didn't take any questions, which is kind of weird, this morning. Here we go.
Led to the arrest of 205 child sex predators. Unbelievable. In just 5 days. This was an incredible operation done in conjunction with the FBI and our prosecutors. Children and their families now have a chance to heal. These are online predators. Think about this. 115 victims, children. In 5 days, we were able to help. This kind of work takes a toll on the FBI agents and the prosecutors who are doing this every single day. They are working tirelessly online, dealing with the dregs of our society, the worst of the worst, the people that hide behind a computer and target our young children every single day. Our law enforcement, our prosecutors sit there and deal with this every day to get these monsters off the street. Director Patel and I, almost daily in our meetings, talk about these cases and what it does to our officers and our prosecutors, but also how many lives are being saved and how many children are being helped by this. Director Patel is going to get into the specific cases with you in a minute, but what I will tell you is these depraved human beings, if convicted, will face the maximum penalty in prison, some life.
So let me start by saying, hallelujah, go get all the purveyors and the perpetrators in any kind of child sexual activity off the street, put them in prison. This is a phenomenal day. Thank you for that. Now, there's been a lot of questions asked. I was watching a lot of online commentators talking about this particular press conference, the fact that they took no questions, which is weird because this is something you'd want to do a victory lap, take all the questions. But there are weird things. Like they said they did this in a week. Now, my assumption when I heard that was that the investigations, all the hard investigative groundwork had been going on for months, and that it took a week for them to basically go round everybody up, that they waited, they did it all at the same time so that people could inform on each other, and they basically rounded all these people up in a week. Now, there are other people who have who are taking the tack that, no, she's really saying they did this in a week, which would be impossible in terms of investigating, gathering evidence, making sure the cases were airtight before they went and made arrests. So I don't know. There was another report saying that this is an ongoing operation in the FBI called Operation Cross Country, and that essentially Bondi and Kash Patel co-opted it, did the arrests all in a week to lead up to today, and then took credit for it because of what is going on tonight. And that is that James O'Keefe announced a week ago he had a bombshell report that he was going into hiding, that he was going to go dark. And then he teased it with a little video that showed images of Epstein, images of Pfizer, and an image of Pam Bondi. So obviously they want some good news today before whatever O'Keefe is going to drop tonight happens. Whether it involves them or not, I don't know. But to that end, so I'm very happy that they are getting child traffickers off the street by whatever means necessary. Now, after this, Pam Bondi also had a few words to say in a separate briefing where she talked about the Epstein files. Let's get into that.
James Comer said yesterday that all the Epstein files are missing. We still haven't heard from you.
No, the FBI, they're reviewing. There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going through that. I haven't seen that statement, but I'll call him later and find out.
Okay, I was a big supporter of Kash Patel. Obviously, I'm a big supporter of Dan Bongino. And after Gates withdrew, I was a big supporter of Pam Bondi. So this is not coming from someone who's a hater. But Pam Bondi and Kash Patel said that day one, they would release the Epstein files. Well, day one came and went and nothing was released, even though she said, I have them on my desk. A little while later, after, we have to vet, blah, 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 they released a bunch of binders to social media influencers, and those binders turned out to be gigantic nothing burgers. Now we hear that there are 10,000 hours of Epstein videos. Now, we also know that there were elements in the Southern District of New York field office that were trying to keep this stuff from Bondi, from Patel. That person has since been relieved of his duties, although he did get his pension, should have been fired. Frankly, should have been incarcerated and indicted, but that's a story for another day. But regardless, now all of a sudden they have 10,000 hours. But notice what she said, 10,000 hours of video of Epstein with children. Okay, nobody cares about Epstein with children. Epstein was suicided in his cell. He has been unalived. He is out of the picture. What everybody wants to know is who are the other perpetrators. And if they're on a video, write their name down, make a list and release it. Walk in front of the public and say, this is a list of people who appear in graphic videos with underage recipients in Epstein videos, and just put the list out and let the chips fall where they may. But this was released, again, because we've got this bombshell report that is coming. I hope it's bombshell. I mean, it could just be marketing. O'Keefe is a great marketer. He could have, he did the whole video where he said, hey, I'm going dark. I'm scared. This one worries me. I'm not suicidal, blah, blah, blah. And then he said he would be released today. And then I got a notice that he's going to be live on the Tim Pool cast tonight at 8 Eastern. So we will absolutely be tuning into that. But that might be why some of this stuff is taking place today. They're trying to get out ahead of some of this stuff. I don't know. But let's check out the teaser, the snap video that O'Keefe produced before he went into hiding.
They can't suicide us all.
Wow. Okay, so here we've got definite allusions to Epstein and others. We got Pfizer. There's O'Keefe. Here we've got Epstein with Prince Andrew of the royal family. In positions is what it looks like. Everybody else. This, I could be wrong, but this is a spitting image for Pam Bondi. So now we've got Epstein, we've got Prince Andrew, we've got Bondi, we've got Andrew again. Presumably this is Epstein's New York mansion. And so that's where we're at.
They can't.
So don't know what he's going to be releasing. I do hope it's bombshell. But Alex Jones was teasing the fact that based on his conversations with Keefe before he went dark, that there could be elements of the Trump administration trying to withhold this stuff. I don't know. This is just what I'm hearing, but we will all find out hopefully tonight at 8 Eastern time. But I say this because, again, I went back to, I was a big supporter of Patel, of Bondi, a huge supporter of Dan Bongino. Bondi said she would release the files day one. She didn't do it. Bondi said she would release them later on. She did, and it was a nothing burger. Now Bondi says that there are 10,000 hours, thousands of hours, that they're just trying to get the victims out. No. It's not that. It's not that hard. It's ridiculous. Have a bunch of FBI agents watch the video, write down the names of the perps. That's all we care about. Nobody cares about knowing who the victims are. We don't need to know who the victims are. We just need to know the perps. That's what needs to be released immediately. And it's not that hard to edit out. If you want to release the video, okay, that might take longer, but you certainly released a list of names. Here are the perps that we have identified on video in the Epstein evidence. Go. Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 100? What is it? and we need to know those names, and those people need to be immediately indicted and placed under investigation, possibly arrested. Where are the arrests? Where are the perp walks? Where are the shackles, Attorney General Bondi? Where are they? Come on, Kash Patel. Made some promises, and I have not seen. I have not seen the results. Let's see the results, please. Dan Bongino, I know you're number 3 in that organization, but hopefully your integrity will take over and you will force change where it is necessary. But the good news is 205 child predators are off the street. Thank God. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining. Remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications, and most importantly, share the Chris Highland Show with everybody that you know. Until I catch you next time.